Hi, this is Pat McDonald, your host for Vote for Vermont, where our tagline is Listening Beyond the Soundbites. Joining me in studio is Jeffrey Tuper-Giles. Giles, I thought it was Tuper that I messed up.
No, you've actually finally gotten Tuper right, and now you mess up Giles.
What is Giles?
Giles, like giraffe.
What did I say?
Giles.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Jeffrey Tuper-Giles.
Giles. Just write a J
anyway,
instead of...
he's so cute. He's the co-owner of the Reynolds House, and the reason he is here is because that place in Barre City has become like the place to go for entertainment and for things to do. I'm very impressed with what you've done, seriously.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yes, nice to have you here. So we want to talk about the Reynolds House.
Okay.
And we're going to be showing pictures of your recent event that you had at the place, plus pictures of the house and stuff.
Okay.
And so tell us a little bit about the Reynolds House and all of the trials and tribulations to get it just beautiful, that place.
So it was built in 1892 and finished in 1898. It was built by George Reynolds for his wife, himself, and his son. So that giant place was built for 3 people.
Wow.
On October 5th of 1899, Mr. Reynolds had a massive heart attack and passed away, which left his wife and his son there. And his son was early 20s. And his son took over his hardware business in Glenwood heating stoves. And then he married and married his wife. And they had 3 daughters, Cleora, Leone, and Anita. And we have since named the carriage barn Cleora's because she was the last Reynolds to live in the house. She lived there until 1995 when she passed away. The house, when it was built, was the most modern home of its time. It was fully plumbed. It had an upstairs bathroom and a downstairs bathroom. It had hot and cold running water sinks in all of the bedrooms instead of the usual pitcher with a basin. It had sinks for them to wash up in. It had a full laundry service in the basement with an electric dumbwaiter that brought the wet laundry up to the second floor drying porch.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, they were ahead of their time.
For sure.
And then in 1995, everything was auctioned. The house was sat empty. Then it was a bed and breakfast for a little while. Then it was sold and auctioned again, turned into another bed and breakfast. And then it was abandoned, basically, because there was an arson fire in 2014.
Right.
And then, of course, Tom and Karen came in and helped us, and we are all a big, happy renovation of the Reynolds House and restoration. And
I just learned something. You said a laundry, a drying...
So a dumbwaiter that took from the laundry up to the drying porch.
Drying porch. I want one of those.
So
how cool is that?
Yeah, so when we actually started the project, there was still clotheslines up on the back upstairs porch. Now,
excellent.
I used to go out there and it was all burnt, and I apparently wasn't supposed to because it could have fallen off the house at any moment. But
excellent.
Here
you are.
I was hauling stuff out and throwing it over to get rid of it because there was a lot of stuff in the house that needed to be just gotten rid of and taken out, and I was just throwing it off the top of the back porch. Didn't know I could have fallen through at any time.
Now, you had bought it at that time to renovate.
Well, Tom and Karen,
Yeah, Tom and Karen Lozon.
Yeah.
And Karen has got an eye for decorating for sure. She did a great job, and you used a lot of furniture and got a lot of furniture from just around the area, right?
Well, most of the furniture when we first opened was from our house because it was empty, and we had a blank slate, which was nice. So Eric and I brought all the stuff down from our other place, which we like Victorian furnitures anyway. So we brought that down, and then almost everything. Now there's a few pieces that aren't, but most everything is from Terry at Last Time Around.
Right.
But I have people who have things that they know that their kids will like either put in a thrift store or will paint and rescuff and make look terrible. So they bring it to me and ask me if I want it. Most recently, I was given interestingly enough, a little settee and 2 chairs that came out of a castle in England.
Oh.
That were at a assisted living home over in Montpelier, and the man said, "Hey, I know you like this kind of stuff." And he talked about, I've got it in an email, what castle they all came out of.
How cool is that, Jeffrey? That's great.
Yeah, I was
nice.
psyched.
Yes, for sure. So what I thought we would do, let people use their imagination, if we just walk through the house,
Okay.
and you can tell us, because there is such a feel, even in when we're going to talk about Cleora's in a minute, but there's a feel in that room too. There's just this awesome feel going through the house.
Sure.
So you walk in and...
So you walk into the reception room, which was originally their kitchen.
Oh.
Yep. So that room that you first walk into when you come in was the original kitchen of the house.
Huh.
And then in the 1950s, Cleora didn't cook, so she decided that she was just going to bye-bye kitchen.
That's what I want.
And she turned the pantry into a little tiny kitchen.
Yeah.
And put a little stove in there for heating up tea water, but that was about it. And she turned the front room into her office. So the first room you walk into, which we can now call the reception room, has an antique desk that was hand-built in 1896. I've got an old telephone. Well, the reason I have an old telephone on the wall, I had it up at my other place, but the Reynolds House was put on Barry's, in 1900, Barry's very first telephone line.
Oh,
very first telephone line, yep.
Cool.
So the Reynolds House was on that telephone line. And then, okay, so then you take a left and you walk into the parlor, which has a beautiful fireplace with this beautiful original marble tiles that were around it, and a gorgeous wood mantle. And, of course, me and my obsession with Lego, I have decided that...
You get to see his tie.
I have done like Lego orchids and different flower arrangements and stuff, and so those are on the mantle. And there's Lego throughout the whole house as part of the decoration, which is interesting because we have folks who are like, "Wow, you've been able to blend the Lego in." So sometimes they don't even see it and notice it's there. The Lego has done a great job with some of their floral designs. But anyway, you walk into the parlor. There's a beautiful fireplace. There's an East Lake set of furniture in there. I have multiple Christmas cactuses throughout the house and peace lilies that just, for some reason, just
they like it.
They love it there.
Oh.
All of my plants do really well. And then as you walk through there, off to the right is the dining room. And if you go forward as you're walking through, you go into the main hall with the stairway that goes up to where the bedrooms are. And then beyond through there is the music room and lounge, which originally the back part of that room was a bedroom. And I wish I had remembered to bring, I have the original article from the Barrie Times. So right after the house was built, the reporter knocked on the door, and Mr. Reynolds gave him a full tour of the house, and what every wood was, what every room was.
Oh, how wonderful.
How big they are. Like, it's interesting. And so that's the music room and lounge, and it's pretty big. And then as you walk through there, it's like a big circle. You come back through and you come back into what we call the library, where we've got a bar and like leather furniture and some.
That bar is kind of cool too.
The bar is very cool. It is the only thing that we changed in the house because there was some water damage and stuff in the closet that was there, and there was a little tiny bathroom that was there, and so I said to the contractor that I want it to look like it's always been part of the house, and I want it to have a curved front because there's a lot, like the front has actually curved windows and curved glass in the windows. So I said, I want it to feel like it was always part of the house. Can you draw a picture for me? No, I can describe what I'm thinking about, I guess, but he could not have done a better job of pulling out of my head what I was imagining there, and it looks like it's always been part of the house.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then, of course, the dining room and our dining room table, if I put all the leaves in it, extends out to about 13, 14 feet long and can seat a lot of people.
Have you ever had it out full?
I have not, because if I pull it all the way out and seat all the way around it, it goes into the parlor.
Oh.
So it would really fill that room, and that's a pretty big dining room.
That's a huge dining room. But we'll have fun like the old days with 13 people around a table. That's what I've always wanted for myself, just a farm table that goes on forever. For turkey dinner.
Oh yeah, I would love to have a family just call me and say, "Hey, we want to do Thanksgiving there."
That's great.
Because I would love to like set the table and do the whole thing. I mean, I do it for breakfast for 10 on that table.
Oh, cool.
And so I've got enough leaves in it that 10. I mean, I keep them kind of tight, but it's definitely.
And around the top, people have brought you all kinds of cups and china cups and saucers.
I've got a whole lot of tea cups and saucers. From different folks.
That's cool. And the kitchen, I think when you were doing breakfast, they were cooking, and I walked in the back by mistake, and the looks on their face.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was like, oh, hello, I'm Pat McDonald, you know.
So there's the little pantry kitchen for like heating up tea water and like a little fridge, and then there's the commercial kitchen with the big propane stove and the multiple fridges.
When was that added?
So that was done when we did the renovations, because that used to be when we first came into the house. That area used to be an old, like, what they would call a dry kitchen or
oh, yes, right.
Because it had like a potting table in there and a window and outdoorsy stuff, and it was much more utilitarian than actual function.
Nice. That's a great kitchen. It's got everything in it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's wonderful.
What's your basement like? Is it dirt?
No, concrete floor.
Oh, you're kidding.
Full basement under the house.
Cool.
Yep, concrete floor. Not quite finished, but it's really cool because you get to see the granite blocks that the house is set on I mean, these things are giant. Some of them are 6 feet long and like 4, 5 feet tall.
Feeling sturdy.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
I'd like to know how deep they are, like, because they're huge.
Wow.
And you think about how they had to be brought to the house.
Right.
Because there was no electric motors.
Right.
It was like all, I'm assuming they did a lot of it during the winter because it would have been easier to put them on like a sleigh cart than a rolly over the dirt road cart. But
and those things are heavy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah, they're big.
Cool. So going upstairs.
So as we go upstairs, there's 5 bedrooms. And that's what the upstairs is. It's bedrooms. There's a little old cedar closet that at the top of the stairs that Mrs. Reynolds used to keep her furs in.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
And it still smells like
Don't we all?
It still smells like cedar. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so there's 5 bedrooms: the Josephine, the Miranda, Caroline, the Edith, and the Leela room. They are all different, but basically all the same. They all have their own private bathrooms.
That's important.
It is very important because I won't go somewhere and share a bathroom.
Me neither.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they're all we decided to go with, and then sometimes we get a little bit of pushback, but we went with full-size beds so that we could keep the integrity of all the bed frames we got.
Right.
Instead of having to put conversion kits on them and like deal with the side rails differently.
Cozy.
Oh yeah, and there's the difference between a full size and a queen is 6 inches.
Oh really?
That's it.
Huh.
That's why when you see a set of sheets that says full/queen,
yeah, they can.
It's because they can fit both.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Cool. And then you've got you've got that porch, which go all the way around or 3/4?
Nope.
Half.
It's just the front.
Really?
Yeah, it just goes from the front.
I thought it went around. Oh.
Nope. It goes from the reception room,
right,
near the almost near the carriage barn, just to the tower. It's just the front. It's big, but
lovely. And the best place in this whole structure is Cleora's, which is what has become the centerpiece of Barry's activities. Seriously, we went the other night, last Saturday, and they were having a paint and sip party, and and Jeffrey had this fabulous woman who showed us all how to paint, and how many people do you
30.
have? 30. And everybody and I have to show you this. Are you ready?
Before you show them, did you think you'd be able to paint that?
No, honestly, I was blown away by what. It wasn't as good as others, but for me, I thought it was like Picasso. Are you ready, folks? Check it out. Is that cool or what?
You did a really good job on your background too.
Yeah, and I like the pumpkin, but I thought was the best.
My pumpkin turned out. Ugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I did mostly to smooth it?
Oh, did you? Painted?
I used my fingers.
Nice.
And I came home and Bruce goes, "What?" I had paint everywhere, but it was fun. And they're doing this again. This is just one thing they do at the Reynolds House. And show them.
So on November 23rd.
That's great.
And we're actually painting on wood.
Right.
So on November 23rd, this is going to be the painting we do. And again, you see this and you're like, there's no way I could paint that. You most certainly can.
You can.
And it's amazing.
It is. It's amazing. And I have to take a picture of it because I had breakfast this morning with somebody who said they want to do it. They want to go, so I'm going to take a picture and send it to him so he and his wife can come.
Sure. Yeah. Just have him give me a call.
But doing it on wood, she said, is different than canvas for sure.
Yeah.
Because I would think it absorbs.
I'm sure it does absorb the paint differently.
It's beautiful.
I'm curious to see how this one's done. Like my first one, I didn't think I would be able to. I wish I had brought it. The first one we did.
What was the picture?
It was a tree that swirled around the. So there was like a moon, and then it was a fall tree up on the side, but the leaves kind of swirled off the tree around the moon.
Oh, you were doing leaves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like so, it was like it just.
That's great.
It was cool, and there was a little hill, and I mean, it was just neat.
Nice.
Like, and I'm like, "There's no way I can do that." And she's like, "Just trust." Like she said with us, trust the process.
And she's a very good teacher. What is her name?
Lisa.
Lisa, very good. And she had this gentleman helping her, and he was giving us all the paint.
Yep.
And,
and they've got a fun dynamic, and she's a lot of fun when she's instructing.
Totally, that was really great. But that's just one of many things.
Yes.
Do you have one coming up or came up on the flowers? When
that's coming up on November 2nd.
November 2nd.
So this might air after that comes up.
Okay, flower arrangement.
Flower arranging, yes.
And who does that?
Alexis from Forget Me Not.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And she must bring all of the
Brings
flowers
everything that
and the
we
vase
need
or whatever.
Yep.
That is great.
Yeah.
And the wine is delicious, by the way. There's a huge selection.
And none of it you can buy local retail.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where do you get it
I did it on purpose. We get it through the distributor, but I did it on purpose so that you just can't just go out and...
willy-nilly.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it. Have to get you to have some of... I'll tell you what my favorite is.
What is your favorite?
Dubonnet. People don't even drink it anymore.
Really?
Red Dubonnet. Dubonnet red. But it's like a very sweet after-dinner drink, and I drink it like 24/7. So
sure.
There you go.
And then it's your Kool-Aid.
Exactly. You do trivia, and your one coming up is about the Golden Girls.
We already did the Golden Girls.
Oh, you did? When was that?
We did the Golden Girls 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
2 weeks ago.
That was a great thing to do, because I love the Golden
Girls. Oh, it was so much fun and so funny. Do you know which 2 Golden Girls didn't actually get along in real life?
Who?
I'm asking you.
Oh.
It's one of the trivia questions we asked.
Well, it must have been not... what the hell's her name? B and what's her name?
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur,
okay.
And the one who's always more sexy than the others.
Oh, Rue McClanahan?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It was Betty White and B. Arthur.
No kidding.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Even though you saw them together all the time,
right.
They didn't really like each other.
Just because? Or there was some... Interesting. I thought Betty White just loved everybody.
Yeah. Well,
see, you can never tell, folks.
And one of the characters didn't like cheesecake.
Really?
In real life, didn't like cheesecake. Do you know who that was?
I don't. The little one?
Nope, it was B. Arthur.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
What's wrong with her? Goodness, you have to like cheesecake.
I know, right?
Seriously.
Do you know who the youngest one on the cast was?
Now you're going to say the mother. Not B.
Not B.
She was older than dirt, like me. Not Betty White. Well, it must have been Rue.
Nope.
No.
It was Estelle Getty.
Get out. She did, and she played the oldest.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Makeup. Makeup will do every time.
Sure.
So you've done other themes. What have
Oh
those
yeah,
done?
so we've done other themes. I've done just some general trivia stuff. We did a 10th grade science one that was hilariously hard for people. We've done all kinds of things. Like we did a 90s TV, 80s, 90s,
90s. It was 90s.
TV.
I remember that.
90s TV.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And for me, part of the fun is just looking up the questions and getting the questions.
Right, doing it. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. How many do you have people turn out for those?
We've had up to 4 or 5 teams, depending on the night.
Great.
So, yeah, I mean, and we'd love to have more people.
For sure.
I have, what I give away on those is like, I have local sponsors. So, like, I've got gift certificates to let me try that again.
Yeah, really.
gift certificates for Forget-Me-Not flowers, for the Meltdown, for the Locarno's,
Yeah.
food to go.
That's
Really
great.
good stuff.
Yeah.
And let me just plug the Locarno's catering, because we use them as much as we can for our events that happen there. I refer them every time.
Are they the ones that used to do the?
Yep.
That food is excellent.
Their food is
Yeah.
probably the best food I have had
Really?
from a caterer ever.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I went to, I was invited to go to the Kiwanis Club meeting that was held there.
Yep.
And they did the food.
Yes.
And it was just great. It was wonderful.
Which food night was that?
Monday night.
No. But which? What did you have for dinner that night?
Some kind of meatloaf, I think. I don't really remember.
Doesn't
I
really
just
matter
remember-
because it's all good. But
Yeah, it is. It's because the food you had there before when you had the thing was fabulous.
when they did
Yeah.
brunches,
Could
yeah.
you spell their last name for me?
LOCCARNO.
Yeah.
Locarno.
Remember that. I'm going to look it up myself.
Well, you can look up Creative Mind Kitchens or Locarno's to go.
Excellent. Excellent.
Both are.
So,
they
and you're scheduling holiday parties now. I'm sure people should call now.
Yes,
if
we
you
are
wanna do
scheduling holiday
something.
parties. In fact, I can already tell you that the December 12th, 13th, and 14th are gone already.
Wow.
Like booked.
Right. And the rooms are, because you're booked a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
at least-
so I would say if you want to get a room on the night of a party, you should do it kind of soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know you put down, we only have one left, or we only have two left,
Yeah.
so I know you're very busy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I'm so proud of you. Seriously,
Thanks.
I love it that there's someplace so cool to go.
Yeah, I mean,
That's great.
You want to hear an interesting fact?
Yes, go right ahead.
So on my birthday this year, I went to the Meltdown. They had a party for me the night before there, but I went just on my birthday.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. Apparently, when you turn 50, you go to dinner at 4:30 and have a bowl of soup, because I always made fun of people who ate their dinner at like 4:30. And yeah, so I make fun of these people
Yeah, right.
because like you don't eat that early. That's ridiculous.
You have supper at 9, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
I come from New York.
And that's when I eat supper. It's like
Yep.
9 o'clock at night. No, now all of a sudden I'm like 4:30 rolls around. I'm like, oh, I'll go have a bowl of soup and sit there. Well, I'm sitting there on my birthday, and Karen from Maplecroft is in there having a
Right.
piece of cake.
Right, nice.
Diane's like, oh, you should go say hi to Karen. And I'm like, okay. Her birthday
Oh, cool.
on the same day as my birthday.
Excellent.
How crazy is that?
That's, it's Vermont, my dear.
Well, and the 2 bed and breakfasts in
There you
Barrie.
go, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, so and another cool thing, if you stay at our place in a room, Diane at the Meltdown has gladly given me coasters to put in the rooms for water glasses. If you tell her what's on the back of those coasters, because they have cute little sayings like
You get...
I can feel it in the Gruyere tonight and stuff like that, you get 10% off your food.
Oh, now
if you're
that's
staying.
something. Good for you.
Yeah.
So what else is planned for the future? What's coming up?
So coming up, I'm working on, and hopefully we'll do a Christmas party for businesses who can't really like throw a Christmas party because they have like 5 or less employees.
Good idea.
I just want them all to come on the same night, mingle, have a good time.
Great.
Working on that. I'm also working on a Valentine's Day package. So I'm working on getting a chef for Friday night for dinner. So we're going to do dinner for 2, and that weekend we're also doing a paint and sip, but it's a
Nice.
couple's paint and sip. So what she's going to do is you each get 2 canvases, you start out right next to each other, you start the thing, then you go your separate ways, and she gives each person instructions, and then you bring your canvases back together to see what you've made.
Oh, no kidding. And do they somehow match? I mean, do they sort of connect?
That's the whole idea.
I get it. That is fabulous.
Yeah. So they're each painting something else, and
Great
they
idea.
can't see what each other's painting.
That is fun.
And then they.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
So she's doing that. So we're working on a package for the whole weekend.
Yep.
So you
Great.
Friday, Saturday, check out Sunday.
Yep.
But you get we're trying to include dinner and the paint and sip
Excellent.
as
That
part of
is
the package.
Great. Anything else you want to share with our audience before we wrap it up?
Just that I would love to see more people at Trivia Night. Paint and sips do fill fast, so if you haven't signed up,
Yeah,
get
do it.
signed up, because
And what's the number to call?
802-622-0201.
And they've got a wonderful website which has all the information, and you can see all the stuff. It's really, honest to gosh, I brought a friend with me. We had a ball. We had a great time. It was fun.
And I would say follow our Facebook page. That's the best place to get all the information up to date. I have an assistant who she is on the ball with that
great,
stuff, and she
great.
loves to do it. So
Great.
she loves interacting with people, and she loves when people send messages to the Facebook page. So
Great.
yeah.
Good. Did she like the pictures I sent?
Yes.
They'll be in this video.
She was there. She was at the paint and sip doing painting.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, she was with us?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
I have to go check that out.
Next time.
Introduce.
Yeah, I'll introduce you next
Excellent.
time. And you should come to the flower arranging class.
Okay, let me see. No, I'm good. I'm good.
What with the face?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I do. Well, of course, I didn't think
I was like,
could paint
you didn't think
either.
you could paint?
Yeah, right. I could do it.
I bet you
I
could.
bet I could. Excellent. This is Jeffrey Tuper-Giles.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Woohoo.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And check out the Reynolds House. You will not be sorry. Rent it for whatever. I mean, it's a great room.
Weddings, memorial
Yeah.
services, birthday parties, baby showers, bridal showers, you name it, we've
That's
done
great.
it.
And it's a beautiful space, just beautiful.
And I do discount for daytime meetings. I do a huge discount actually for daytime corporate kind of like retreat meetings and
Oh,
stuff.
nice. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You certainly have breakout sessions if they have.
Yes. We definitely have space.
Take over
for
the inn.
break. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done that actually. We put
Yeah.
some in the music room, some in the dining room, some in the library.
right.
Shut the door so they can't hear each other. And
So just one quick question about the house. When you said there were only 3 people in the house when it was built.
Yep.
Were the rooms the same?
yes,
They were.
yes.
Huh. I was just figuring maybe, of course, back then everything was small. They didn't have big rooms like we have now.
Right. Yeah.
Like
No,
the
they
master
had
bedroom.
The only thing that was different. Well, they didn't have bathrooms.
Yeah, well, forget
those
that.
were added. But
Yeah,
the only thing that was different is there was actually an extra room that we turned into a bathroom for one of the bedrooms. There was an extra room upstairs that was a like a sewing room.
Oh,
But
well,
otherwise,
don't have to worry about that in my house.
but otherwise, it was the same. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
you.
Go, you will love it. I had a great time. So, besides we're buds, now that I've learned how to spell his name, he'll talk to me. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is Pat McDonald, your host for Vote for Vermont, where our tagline is listening beyond the sound bites. See you next week.